Hello children, how are you all? I am Monisha from Bharathidhasanar Matriculation School, Arakkonam. Today I am going to take 7th standard History and Civics lesson number 4, that is the Delhi Sultanate. Okay, so in this we are going to discuss about the part 1 alone. Yes, first I would like to tell you some of the introduction about the Delhi Sultanate. It's nothing children, it is a period of an Muslim rulers. It is a period of an Muslim rulers. So that is the period from CE 1206 to CE 1526 is known as an Sultanate period. Okay, the CE 1206 to CE 1526 is known as an Sultanate period. And this Sultanate was stretched over a large parts of our Indian subcontinent. So they have ruled nearly for 320 years. They have really ruled over for 320 years. So we are going to learn about some of the important and efficient rulers and also how they have divided the dynasties. Okay, so the Delhi Sultanate consists of the 5 important dynasties. Shall we discuss? Yes children, so the Delhi Sultanate period, it is consist of then 5 dynasties. Okay, it is consist of the 5 more dynasties. So that is the slave dynasty. In this, the first one is said to be then slave dynasty. The slave dynasty period is about 1206 to 1290. Okay, so the slave dynasty is also said as a Mamluk dynasty. The slave dynasty is also called as an Mamluk dynasty. So, it is nothing but it is a Persian word children. The Mamluk means it's nothing but it is an owned. O-W-N-E-D. Owned. Okay. So, you know what is the meaning of slave? என்ன சொல்லுவோம் தமிழ்ல அடிமைன்னு சொல்லுவோம் சரிங்களா so first one is said to be the slave dynasty and the second one is said to be the Khilji dynasty. Okay, so it will be wrote as Khilji also. K-H-I-L Khilji also. Okay, so this spelling or else we can use it as a K-H-I-L-J-I. Khilji dynasty. The next is an Tughlaq dynasty. The Tughlaq dynasty, the period is about CE 1320 to 1414. The next dynasty is said to be the Sayyid dynasty. The Sayyid dynasty is about CE 1414 to 1451. CE 1414 to 1451. The next is said to be then Lodi dynasty. Okay, so the Lodi dynasty period is about CE 1451 to 1526. Okay, so the 5 important dynasties which is coming under the Delhi Sultanates are the slave dynasty or Mamluk dynasty, the second one is Khilji dynasty and the third one is Tughlaq dynasty and the fourth one is Sayyid dynasty and the fifth one is said to be the Lodi dynasty. So, in that the first thing we are going to discuss here is the slave dynasty. Okay, so in this slave dynasty, it is consists of some of the important rulers. So, in this session, I would like to tell you only the 2 important rulers which is coming under the slave dynasty. The slave dynasty, the period is about 1206 to 1290. Okay, so 1206 to 1290. So that is the slave dynasty. Okay, so in this slave dynasty, they were called it as an Mamluk or slaves. Okay, so I already said, right, the slave dynasty, it is said as an Mamluk dynasty, right? The slave, they were called it as an Mamluk or slaves, which was given by Iltutmish and the Balban. Okay, so it was said to be Iltutmish and the Balban. Who was the Iltutmish and the Balban? It is nothing but they were the 2 rulers, that is 2 rulers but initially which is an slaves of an Qutbuddin Aibak. Okay, so they were the 2 rulers but initially they were the slaves of an Qutbuddin Aibak. But listen children, Qutbuddin Aibak was also a slave of Ghori, Muhammad of Ghori. But initially, Qutbuddin Aibak was also a slave of an Muhammad of Ghori. So, Muhammad of Ghori uடைய slave தான் Qutbuddin Aibak. So, Qutbuddin Aibak உடைய slaves தான் யாரு? These two members. So, that is an Iltutmish as well as an Balban. Okay, so now you understand? Yes, that is the slaves of Muhammad Ghori was said to be an Qutbuddin Aibak. The Qutbuddin Aibak was said to be an Qutbuddin Aibak slaves was said to be an Iltutmish and the Balban. Yes, so now we are going to discuss about the Qutbuddin Aibak. So can you see the picture? Yes, he is an Qutbuddin Aibak. Okay, so that is a period is about CE 1206 to 1210. Okay, so that is the founder of the slave dynasty was said to be an Qutbuddin Aibak. Okay, so founder of an slave dynasty was said to be an Qutbuddin Aibak. So I before itself said, right? So Qutbuddin Aibak was a, yes, that is very good, the slave of an Muhammad of Ghori. So initially a Qutbuddin Aibak was appointed as an Governor General. Okay, so he is appointed as an Governor of Indian conquest. Okay, so after the death of an Muhammad Ghori is take at the position. Okay, so after the death of an Muhammad of Ghori, Qutbuddin Aibak take as the position. So that is first initially is appointed as a governor of an Indian conquest. Okay, so he is appointed as an Indian conquest. It is a governor of Indian conquest. So after the death of an Muhammad of Ghori is take at the position. So he consolidated. So that means he conquered and he expanded his kingdom through a matrimonial alliances. So what does mean by matrimonial alliances? He conquered and expanded his kingdom through the matrimonial alliances. So it's nothing but is expanding through the agreement by a marriage. Okay, so he conquered and expanded his kingdom through a marriage. Okay, so that is he consolidated his kingdom through the matrimonial alliances. Yes, so that is he made himself a popular. Okay, so he made himself popular by generating that means by donating both the fund as well as a money number of gold coins and silver coins to both the Muslims as well as the Hindus. Okay, so he has become a popular by donating. Okay, so donating to both the Hindus as well as the Muslims. And Qutbuddin Aibak was also said to be a great builder. Qutbuddin Aibak was also said to be a great builder. Can you know this, children? Can you see this picture? What does the picture refers it? So that is an Qutub Minar. Q-U-T-U-B. Qutub Minar. M-I-N-A-R. Qutub Minar. Okay, so it is located at Delhi. Okay, so the Qutbuddin Aibak was a great builder. It shows a interest on both the art as well as the architecture field also. And he only built the Qutub Minar. And the next picture you are seeing here. So this picture refers the Quwat-ul Islam. So it is nothing but, children, it is a mosque which is present in Delhi. Okay, so it is said as an Quwat-ul Islam. Okay, I'll write a spelling here. Q-U-W-W-A-T. Quwat-ul Islam. Quwat-ul Islam. So it is nothing but it is a mosque which is present at Delhi. So that is he is it was said to be a great builder. Okay, so Qutbuddin Aibak was a great builder. Yes, children. So Qutbuddin Aibak was said to be a great builder. Next, you see, children, how he died. Okay, so he died in the year of 1210 CE by playing his Chowgan game. Okay, so it is nothing but it is a polo game. Can you see the picture? So that was this was said as an Indian polo game, that is Chowgan game. Okay, so can you pronounce this? Chowgan. C-H-A-U G-H-A-N, Chaugan game. Okay, so that is an Indian polo game. So he died by falling his hours in the year of CE 1210. Okay, so can you understand about the Qutbuddin Aibak, the slave dynasty? Yes. Okay, Jivita, can you tell me who was the founder of the slave dynasty? Yes. Very good. Okay, the founder of the slave dynasty was Qutbuddin Aibak. Good. The next we are going to see about the Iltutmish. Okay, so we see that is Qutbuddin Aibak. So after the death of an Iltutmish who was carrying the position. Shall I tell you? Now come. Now listen. That is the sudden death of an Aibak left a void. Okay, children. So last we see about the Qutbuddin Aibak, right? So after the death of an Qutbuddin Aibak, who was carrying the position? Shall we discuss now? So that is the sudden death of an Aibak left a void. So under this, the nobles have discussed and they appointed his son. Okay, so Qutbuddin Aibak's son, Haram Shah. Okay, so but Haram Shah is invited an Iltutmish. Okay, so who was said to be an Iltutmish? It's nothing but Haram Shah's son-in-law was said to be an Iltutmish. Okay, so what is mean by son-in-law? என்ன சொல்லுவோம்? So that is மருமகன் சொல்லுவோம் இல்லையா? So Haram Shah உடைய மருமகன் தான் யாருன்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா Iltutmish. Okay, so that is Haram Shah invited his son-in-law, that is Iltutmish, to carry the position, that is carry over the position. So that is he was invited to occupy a throne in the year of CE 1210. Okay, so CE 1210. Okay, so Iltutmish was said to be the real founder of this slave dynasty. Okay, so real founder of the slave dynasty. Why he was said to be the real founder of the slave dynasty? Because he conquered many places, he captured the many places, he extended his territory. So some of the main, he conquered some of the main places like Malwa, Ujjain, Ranthambore, and he brought over whole part of North India under his control. Okay, so he conquered some of the important places like Ujjain, Malwa, Ranthambore, and some major parts of the North India. So that is, he brought under all parts of the North India under his control, so that he was said to be an real founder of the slave dynasty. Okay, so what is said to be an real founder of slave dynasty? Next, we are going to see about some of the achievements of the Iltutmish. So, what was the achievements he have made? So, first is said to be, he suppressed internal revolts. Okay, so what does mean by revolts? You know, it's a war, right? It's small wars. Okay, so he suppressed the internal revolts and he also prevented the Mongols' attack. Okay, so he also prevented the Mongolians' attack. And the next, he only completed the Qutub Minar. Okay, so first initially it was started over by the Qutbuddin Aibak, but later it was finished by the Iltutmish only. So Qutub Minar construction was completed by Iltutmish only. And he has divided his empire into the many number of provinces. He appointed an equitas. Okay, and he appointed an equitas. So what is the duty of an equitas? It is they need to maintain the law and order in particular place or in particular provinces. Okay, so that is he's divided his empire into the many number of provinces for good governance. Okay, so that we call it as an equitas. That is equitas. And he appointed an equitas, that is we need to maintain a law and order. Yes, children. So with this, I would like to recap what are all the things we learnt in this session. So first we learnt about the Delhi Sultanates. Okay, so that is nothing but a ruler of the Muslims. Okay, so Muslim rulers. Next we discussed about some of the important dynasties. Okay, the 5 dynasties, the slave dynasty or Mamluk dynasty, Khilji dynasty, and the third one is in Tughlaq dynasty, and the fourth one is Sayyid dynasty, and the fifth one is Lodi dynasty. So in that we discussed about the Mamluk dynasty or slave dynasty. Okay, so in this slave dynasty, the founder of the slave dynasty was said to be an Qutbuddin Aibak. So first we have discussed about the Qutbuddin Aibak. Next we discussed about the Iltutmish. Okay, so I hope you all enjoy this session. So for further information, we have attached the study material, question bank and self-assessment. Do the self-assessment and check it out how much you have understood the concept. Thank you, children.